Welcome back, Renegades. Today I'm going to check out Ren, Crucify Your Culture. This is from 3 years ago, I think I read in the description. Where does this sit amongst other things? Has somebody got a list, of releases and dates? Because that would be pretty interesting, I guess, to look at as I move forward in this journey. But without further ado, let's check it out.
A murderer's mind, born into a murderous time, where right or wrong is a blurred line, hard to define. For greed is poison the well, we all drink from the chalice. It's a long way down into the rabbit hole, Alice.
Now I crucify your culture, burn down the old-up religion of consumerism, picks us up like vultures, takes us for punks. They say jump, we jump, it's the same if it's Bush or Obama or Trump. I'm not buying into a 1, 2, 3 party system. I rise against some illusions of choice, take our voice, so take back your rigged election system. Deficit, represent nobody but your money. Funny how you keep them sweet, honey, shepherds and the sheep, dummy.
Someday they'll find a way to sell my views.
Okay, first impressions. Some of the guitar and the stompy drumsness. That's it's kind of Rage Against the Machine-esque, isn't it? Not that I know very much about that band apart from the obvious tune. Maybe a couple of others. Let's go back to the start and see what else I'm going to notice.
A murderer's mind, born into a murderous time, where right or wrong is a blurred line, hard to define. For greed is poison the well, we all drink from the chalice.
There's even bits of some Blur there, or maybe not even Blur, maybe some Graham Coxon solo stuff with the guitar work. It has got echoes of Blur, I think.
A murderer's mind, born into a murderous time, where right or wrong is a blurred line, hard to define. For greed is poison the well, we all drink from the chalice. It's a long way down into the rabbit hole, Alice.
Now I crucify your culture, burn down the old-up religion of consumerism, picks us up like vultures, takes us for punks.
See, I would say now, that start is great, isn't it? Melodically and the way it kicks in and stuff.
A murderer's mind, born into a murderous time, where right or wrong is a blurred line, hard to define. For greed is poison the well, we all drink from the chalice. It's a long way down into the rabbit hole, Alice.
Now
See, that's yeah, I like all that. It's got a good groove, nice little melody, it's saying some good stuff. Now this bit here, let's give it a go, play it all the way through.
crucify your culture, burn down the old-up religion of consumerism, picks us up like vultures, takes us for punks. They say jump, we jump, it's the same if it's Bush or Obama or Trump. I'm not buying into a 1, 2, 3 party system. I rise against some illusions of choice, take our voice, so take back your rigged election system. Deficit, represent nobody but your money. Funny how you keep them sweet, honey, shepherds and the sheep, dummy.
Someday they'll find a way to sell my views, like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara, Dalai Lama. Now they're all just a product to you.
And now you care more about your new shoes, the loose screws and
I guess the consumerization, if that's the correct word, of some of those things, isn't it? You see people with Che Guevara on the t-shirts, where you can buy, which you can buy, I guess, in Topshop or Next or wherever it is. It's kind of like, I guess, people. There's Ramones t-shirts and stuff as well, isn't there? The logo or the symbol has become. I'm not sure what I think about it, Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about that sort of stuff. The band stuff, anyway. But the Che Guevara. Let me go back and text some more of that in, because I wasn't too sure when he kicks in after this bit, Alice. I was like, it just didn't feel. This first bit, I don't know. And is it the melody or something?
Your culture burned down. The old top religion of consumerism picks us up like vultures, takes us for punks. They say jump, we jump. It's the same if it's Bush or Obama or...
I don't know. I feel just the first bit of that verse feels a little bit clunky to me. And that's not really a criticism, you know. I'm splitting hairs here, aren't I? I've witnessed what Ren, I guess, is capable of. But again, this is 3 years ago, so. But I'm really splitting hairs, man. He rounds it off beautifully with some of those other ones.
Crucify your culture, burn down. The old top religion of consumerism picks us up like vultures, takes us for punks. They say jump, we jump. It's the same if it's Bush or Obama or Trump. I'm not buying into a 1, 2, 3 party system. I'm rising in some illusions of choice. Take our voice or take back your rigged election system. Deficit represent nobody but your money. Funny how you keep them sweet, honey. Shepherds and the sheep, dummy.
Someday they'll find a way to sell my views, like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara, Dalai Lama. Now they're all just a product to you.
And now you care more.
I wonder what do you reckon? What do you reckon that's all about? Because I mean, I get the Che Guevara bit on the T-shirts, but where is the all is? Let me just take more of this in. I think I'd like to retract my criticism or critique, let's say, of that first bit of that first verse. I'm just being far too critical of that.
The election system deficit represent nobody but your money. Funny how you keep them sweet, honey. Shepherds and the sheep, dummy.
Someday they'll find a way to sell my views, like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara, Dalai Lama. Now.
Yeah. So, have I missed something? I would like to know where Orwell or Huxley is being sold, or is he talking about? I guess perhaps even like the commercialism of the left, and because I used to think, I guess, that I was pretty far to the left, man, but the left seems to have run off into the distance, man, and I ain't sure what it is now. So is that a critique on I guess indoctrination that doesn't just occur on of course on the right or the centre or whoever's in power or whatever that game is, but yeah, consciously or unconsciously, are there certain movements, I suppose, on the left that are indoctrinating people or drawing people into what they believe or whatever their ideology is, I suppose. Because let me go back a little bit on some of those words. That's very interesting, man. This is great stuff, isn't it? Because it's really making me think about stuff, and I love it.
How you keep them sweet, honey. Shepherds and the sheep, dummy.
Someday they'll find a way to sell my views, like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara.
Yeah, I'm still not. This is really interesting. Are we sold these voices, or how are we sold these voices? Am I pausing far too much? I'm not even a minute in. It's only a 2.5 minute song. Is some of this information going to be revealed in the rest of the song? Let's just move on.
Dalai Lama, now they're all just a product to you.
And now you care more about your new shoes, the loose screws and minds of politicians that abuse truths to shape you, break you. Consumerism breaks you until your thoughts that end you. They make you wanna hate you, so you keep buying. Corporation buying, defying fraudulent liars and burning empires.
It is. It is something, isn't it? It is interesting that we're all that. I'm going to digress, maybe slightly, maybe it's related, but I read a book ages ago. I'm not going to find it. Oh, it's over there. I think it was The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Don't know how you pronounce that. Duhigg. And there was a bit in there about, I think it was about toothpaste and about advertising, but the long and the short of it, as I can remember, is that at some point advertising was, have you got feet? Buy these shoes. But then psychology got involved, and these shoes are going to make you feel sexy. These shoes are going to make you feel powerful. Everything that's wrong without you feeling, everything that's wrong with your life, if you've just got these shoes, then everything's going to be all right. So that's interesting. Yeah, this is I really enjoy this side of Ren, because it's a meditation, isn't it, on culture, Crucify culture. Interesting.
Find a way to sell my views, like they sold the concept of freedom to you. They sold the voice of Huxley, of Orwell, Guevara, Dalai Lama, now they're all just a product to you.
And now you care more about your new shoes, the loose screws and minds of politicians that abuse truths to shape you, break you. Consumerism breaks you until your thoughts end you. They make you wanna hate you, so you keep buying. Corporation buying, defying fraudulent liars and burning empires, tapping to the telephone wires. And history's biased. It glorifies and justifies our evil. It justifies the wars that rain destruction.
Well, that's it, isn't it? History is written by the winners, isn't it? And another digression, but wow. The burning of the Library of Alexandria, hey. What was in there, man? What was in there? But yeah, history is written by the winners, isn't it? Completely. So you've got to bear that in mind, I suppose, with everything you consume.
Bias tapping to the telephone wires, and history's biased. It glorifies and justifies our evil. It justifies the wars that rain destruction upon people.
Every single human born equal.
They treat you like an asset, not a human, man. It's see-through. Slavery through debt. You think that mortgage is to help you? Bills stacking high, killing dreams. Money maims you. Lying tames you. The land of the free. Irony. A hierarchy, folks. Education kills the fire in me. Still
Man, I think I'm having some thoughts for these, man, but I can't keep up, my brain is not moving quick enough, so I'm not sure if I've got stuff to say about this stuff at all, but I just need to go back a little bit, and allow myself to catch up,
Biased, it glorifies and justifies our evil. It justifies the wars that rain destruction upon people.
Every single human born equal.
They treat you like an asset, not a human, man. It's see-through. Slavery through debt. You think that mortgage is to help you? Bills stacking high, killing dreams. Money maims you. Lying tame.
Every human born equal, man. I mean, I guess that's true, isn't it? But is it true? Is it true? I don't know. Because what does that mean? Like every human's born equal. Every human's born equal. Because are we? I mean, it's an interesting idea, isn't it? To examine, I suppose, because the left-leaning, compassionate side of me. I mean, it's a good slogan, isn't it, or a soundbite? Every human is born equal, but genetically, that's not true. No, it's not true, is it? Genetically, I don't know what range that takes on, but genetically, it's not true. So perhaps capacity for intellect. That's probably another thing, isn't it? The family you're born into. Whether it's some form of a broken home or a more stable one. The country you're born into, the religion you're born into. What your parents are like, I suppose, or your broader society is like. So there are so many, I don't know about that. And I mean, I'm not saying that Ren is saying that, or what point of view or whose words, he's using with saying this, but I just think it's an interesting thing to think about.
Wires and history's biased. It glorifies and justifies our evil. It justifies the wars that rain destruction upon people.
Every single human born equal.
They treat you like an asset, not a human, man. It's see-through. Slavery through debt. You think that mortgage is to help you?
Yeah, that's but I agree with that. That treated like an asset, of course. Like a number, like a battery, you know, like the analogy used in the Matrix. But I don't think these are modern problems. You know, this has been going on for hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Which is not to say it's correct or right, but how do we combat this? You know, how do we make it better? I can only really posit. Posit, is that word? What's posit mean? I'm not gonna Google it right now, but I do this frequently. You know that I use words and then I'm like, hang on a minute. I'm not exactly sure if I know the meaning of that word. I've got a few foreign friends that find it hilarious that my grasp of English is sometimes lacking. But I've heard words over the years, I guess, used in certain contexts. You know, so you think you know what they mean or how to use them, and yeah, maybe I'm right more than I'm wrong. But anyway, digressing again. Where were we?
They treat you like an asset, not a human, man. It's see-through. Slavery through debt. You think that mortgage is to help you?
And again, I'm sure lots of you know this, but mortgage is from the French, isn't it? Like death pledge, something like that. Mortis is death, isn't it? And gauge. It's something to do with pledge, isn't it?
Bills stacking high, killing dreams, money maims you, lion tames you. The land of the free, irony. A hierarchy, folks, education kills the fire in me. Still I stand.
Yeah, that's a good line, isn't it? That it does. That thing that does it to a lot of people, man, is that it's that Einstein thing, is it? When he said, I think it was Einstein who said, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, he's gonna spend his whole life thinking he's stupid. But I suppose the way our education's set up, it is to kill the fire in you, man, you know, because it's like if you don't fit into this way of learning, which I suppose is largely indoctrination, and you do get the odd good teacher who tries to push past that, I suppose. But yeah.
The land of the free,
line.
irony. A hierarchy, folks, education kills the fire in me. Still I stand strong like two towers that were knocked down by greedy men's thirst for power and now greed.
Greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. Fuck greed, silent I breathe. Burn money, greed makes us bleed, makes us bleed, makes us bleed.
Our political system is a farce.
Greed, that's another interesting thing, isn't it? I wonder how, like, I'm not going to be able to... I'm grasping for a memory or something I've read, you know, about tribes. Probably was like Native American tribes. That, you know, if somebody took more than they needed to that extent, I can't remember how they would treat them. Maybe they would just eject them from the community. Perhaps until they learned, perhaps until they didn't. I'm not sure. I wish I could remember more about that. But it has reminded me of something else about which I may have said before, which is a digression again. But it's the Aborigines in Australia. Apparently, they've got. I think they've got three. They believe you've got three brains. There's the brain of the gut, the brain of the heart, and the brain of the head, and they have a different word for each. And they believe, I guess, that you should live mainly in the brain of the gut, and the brain up here it should only be used for, you know, for logical problem solving when that is required. And they've got the same word. The word for it, the word for this brain up here is the same word they use for a tangled fishing net. And isn't that interesting, man? Isn't that interesting?
Destroy us all if we succumb to greed. Fuck greed, silent Silent I breathe, burn money. Greed makes us bleed, makes us bleed, makes us bleed.
Our political system is a farce. Democracy will not exist till actions speak louder than money. Wealth is a poison honey, another money-making holiday for the Easter Bunny. Adverts suck out your soul, a drink Coca-Cola, lining up the pockets of the fat.
Yeah, some good stuff in here again, and a great video, man. Who's done this video? Someone can someone let me know?
Silent I breathe, burn money. Greed makes us bleed, makes us bleed, makes us bleed.
Yeah, I think it reminds me of, what was that? There was a song, My United States of whatever. Liam Lynch, perhaps, was it? Did he have a similar kind of, cut out video to this?
Our political system is a farce. Democracy will not exist till actions speak louder than money.
Yeah, democracy will not exist until actions speak louder than money. It does feel sometimes, doesn't it, that it's the illusion. It's an illusion of democracy or an illusion of choice. Yeah, it's interesting, man.
Till actions speak louder than money. Wealth is a poison honey, another money-making holiday for the Easter Bunny. Adverts suck out your soul.
Adverts suck out your soul, man. Like I just cannot deal with advertisements, man. I just don't want to be infected by it, People like, it just, interesting that I've noticed from my YouTube analytics that I think like 25% of you have got the premium, so you probably feel the same way about adverts as me, man. Just
Drink Coca-Cola, lining up the pockets of the fat controller, selling fear to the people, let it spread like a bowl. A propaganda machine, America dream, it's hopeless. Nikola Tesla, 1883, the DC current system fought.
Tesla, man, is interesting, isn't it, man? Interesting. He's an interesting chap, man, with an interesting history and interesting ideas, man. I find his stuff about him fascinating.
Hopeless. Nikola Tesla, 1883. The DC current system fought against the AC, but not because the AC system wasn't any better, because people don't like change when money's at the center. Move, let me enter from the epicenter.
Yeah, so this is an interesting topic, isn't it, man? So the legend goes that he wanted to give, free electricity to the people, and you could get it out of the air, which I don't know, I don't know enough about these kind of things to know whether that is true or not, but I found it interesting that the idea that the pyramids perhaps were some kind of energy transmitter, because they've got these chambers in the bottom, haven't they? So when it would have filled up with water and something, I don't understand it, and I can't. It's pointless me getting into it now because there's not enough about it. But this bit here, the DC current system fought against the AC. But not because the AC system wasn't any better, because people don't like change when money's at the centre. I like the way in the video they've used this. I hear the Daily Liar. Yeah, that's cool, man. Size 0 is beautiful. Schools take budget cuts. Footballer paid 90 million. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? The size 0 is beautiful. It's extremes again, isn't it, man? You need to find the balance, because also like the idea that plus size is healthy is a dangerous thing, to be telling people. I think people should be encouraged to eat better and to exercise and to not be obese. That's another complicated topic, isn't it? You could say the same, I guess, about smoking and or drinking or whatever it is. But I think it is dangerous to glorify extreme obesity. It can't be good for you, can it? And with this, I'm not sure. Nitpicking, I suppose, on his lyrics a little bit, but not because the A system wasn't any better. I'm not sure, but what was one, the AC or the DC? One was safer, right? Because we have AC now, don't we? Alternating current. Is that what like comes into most of our homes? I think it does in the UK anyway. Don't know.
System fought against the AC, but not because the AC system wasn't any better, because people don't like change when money's at the centre. Move, let me enter from the epicenter, poison parliamenter, who's the main contender? Oh, it's you, Mr. President, evident that the counterintelligence is a hell of a prevalent.
That's a nice bass there, isn't it? You know, I know we're coming to the end now, but I do love that bass sound, man, and the sound of that snare.
Oh, it's you, Mr. President, evident that the counterintelligence is a hell of a prevalent.
Hey, music video, create, deploy. Well, that's answered that question for me. But yeah, that was interesting, man. That was interesting. I enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me on this continuing journey down the Wren rabbit hole. Take care of yourself. Lots of love, and I'll see you next time.